we're grilling this weekend, poolside, no big deal. I do a charcoal grill. I put my shredded bills and things in the bottom. I think a lot of people like to do gas, but this is what we're doing for some turkey burgers. So this is the pour the prep because tomorrow is a busy day and this evening isn't as busy now. So putting turkey in, we're gonna season it before we make the burgers. So in their swimwear before we even throw them on the grill. So that is what we're doing. All right, so for the seasoning, don't buy my child-sized gloves. I did buy them for my kids. I don't have mine, but I don't like to touch ground turkey, so I will be using my children's prep gloves. We're going in with garlic, my jar of garlic. Maybe I should probably grow my own. Part of the reason I'm wearing gloves this time is gardening today. I got a lot of dirt in my fingernails. I feel like even though you get it out, you don't really ever get it out. So garlic, this is all 4 of the turkey bags. So probably 5 pounds of turkey. Onion powder, paprika, baby. Always paprika. I don't know why I like it so much. I think once I figured out that it was ground red peppers, I was like, oh, cool. Oh no, my expired flavor guide. Ketchup, seasoning, oh, there it is. And, well, pepper, I'll put in there. That's not the exciting part. I always put this sauce in with it. Just the bomb. Might put more seasoning in it after I mix it up. Just see how it looks, how it smells. Then we'll make some burgers. Oh gosh, that is cold. Make burgers and throw it on a grill. Oh man, that's cold. All right, burgers. Patting them out. It's really not much patting to turkey burgers because it's like a paste. I know I've said it before, but gosh, it's my favorite. So I don't measure these out until they're done when I go to put them in there because I'm not going to sit here and measure 12 ounces and assume that it's going to cook out and be 9 ounces. See how gross that is? I know, appealing, Danielle. Really all you do is you smack her down. I like to make it the size of this plate. That ain't working. I used to have like best squish down plate ever. Man, stuff is lovely. I like to make them pretty big for myself and Casey because they do shrink as they cook. But then for the kiddos do love some burgers. So I will pat out smaller burgers for them. But I put them on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. I pat them all out before I go out there and just pray that it doesn't fall through the grates before it starts cooking. So that's what we do. See, this didn't get mixed up. Just pat the paste out, turkey paste, and then smash it on there. You could put it between 2 pieces of parchment paper and smash it. That would probably work too if you don't have the gloves. But just do your best, but you can't smack these on the grill. Now, if you had a Blackstone, you could, but I don't have one of those. So, thought about it. I don't know if they're worth it or not. If a Blackstone's worth it, let me know if you prefer that over the grill. However, I like the grill because of the charcoal taste. So, that's why I don't do gas. I do charcoal. I like that fire taste. So I'm 12 burgers in. I'm getting pretty good at it. So if you take it, now this is with the gloves, and you toss it. It's when it gets stuck to your fingers real bad, not so much palm of your hand. And you make it in a circle. As soon as you smack it down, then it just takes on pat flat. And there you go. Get your countertop a little messy, but pretty good. All right, see? Chunk, stuck in your fingers. Get it out of there. Toss until it's like a ball. All right, and wacko! Turkey burger. Might need a glove for outside before you put them on the grill. Poolside, baby. All right, it went a little long because I was making the burgers, but look at them flames. We're at about 350. Little sizzle. Get them all on there. All right, we're gonna check out these burgers. Ooh, it's probably been like 4.5 minutes. Oh, you stick a little bit more. Oh, little grill marks. Probably could have left them on a little longer, but I have no patience. We're gonna go through those, flip them all. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left because I burnt up my charcoal. But let's take a minute. Enjoy the fresh cut job we got here. Look at those lines. I'm eking out the last little bit of my fire here. I know the fire's hot, letting these finish. You can just make a lot of stuff in a little bit of time on the grill. That's why I like it. Guys, I'm starting with a clean sink. Super exciting. We are going to make turkey burgers with potatoes and green beans, canned green beans, so you just throw them in there. Potatoes, I think I'm gonna do air fryer. And then I'm gonna make some salads with chicken, tomatoes, probably canned tomatoes, lettuce, cheese, peppers, whatever. And then I'm gonna make a tzatziki sauce to use as my dressing on there. And then chicken zoodles, because I think my zucchini is still good from last week, plus some noodles, and then spinach, artichoke, yogurt, and Italian dressing is like a sauce. So for the chicken, I'm not gonna bake it and shred it up and all that. I am cutting it into bite-sized pieces, which I rarely do because it does take a long time to cut up, but I am gonna cut them up pretty small so that they cook pretty quick. Which one is this for? Oh, I think I'm gonna season it the same for both, just because the sauce that goes on, it'll make the difference. So this, cut it pretty thin that way, and I'm cubing it a little less than 1-inch chunks, so it'll cook super fast. All right, for the chicken, I did half of the 3 packs of the Costco stuff, so I have this. What's up, bud? Let me get this chicken in, then I'll help you. Shame on me, I didn't brine my chicken. I always like to brine my chicken. I usually do it in pickle juice because I usually have extra pickle juice. You don't like pickle juice? Whatever, you eat it. And I found this garlic Parmesan seasoning. So I'm gonna use this probably on all of it. Let me mix this around because it's got the oil. I'll build a dino home in a second, but we're gonna do a pretty heavy seasoning with this. Then I'm just gonna let it sit here while I start to cut up the other stuff. Let my pan heat up, put that in there while I'm chopping up the other half of the chicken. So I'll let this sit here while I rinse off the other this and get that ready. But then we're just going in because this seasoning will go good. It'll go good with the salad and it'll go good with the spinach artichoke stuff. So why not? And I got some frozen spinach that I found in the back of the freezer. So that's why we're doing that. All right, flame is on. Going in with the garlic. Dollar General brand. Thank you again, Dollar General. Spatula. This is another one that I organized. What's up? Just gonna let the garlic go in there first before we put the chicken in. These are some muffins I made. I'm gonna fix this. They're good. Baked them too long. I altered a recipe that I found, but they're still pretty good. Liquid with them. Don't want to burn the garlic. So, got this. Pouring her in. Oh, bring it off. What's up? Super sized pan that has a lid. Smells good. Like I said, I didn't brine it, so it didn't break down any of the goo or anything. Put the lid on it, just so I don't forget about it. Oh my goodness. We're gonna go, let's go 4 minutes, see what it looks like. Right, see what we got going. Oh man, hang on, Bubba. We'll get your shirt off. Is it because you're washing cars in the dog water? Hang on. See, if you don't stir it every 2 seconds and just let it rock. I'm trying, babe. Hang on. We'll go 4 again. Boom. I seasoned the first half, so that's on the stove. What? Did I miss I think I missed my bowl. So stir that in there. Get your chicken parm. What is it? Garlic parm. And I found this. It doesn't even expire till 2027. Look at me. I took a tour of my spice cabinet while I was standing very high on the stool the other day, and I found that. So that inspired me for today, what to cook. So that's what we're doing. So we got this. Let this sit if you can. That's why I'm trying to do it now and let it sit at room temperature to marinate. And then when that's done cooking, we'll put it right in the pan. And then that will be done. We shall move on to pepper. No, probably potatoes. Gosh, I hate chopping potatoes. We're doing these yellow gold potatoes because they're starting to get, you can take those back out and put them on the table. Just put them on the table next to the goggles Mama brought you. These are starting to get a little squishy, but they don't smell funky yet. So, or you can make those magnets. Try to talk real fast. Ha ha ha. So, some of these are a little too squishy. So I want to use these. So we're just going to chop these, throw them in the air fryer. These are a little squishy. Couple casualties, but that one too. But I think we'll have enough. And if not, I got some sweet potatoes in here we can throw in there later in the week. Oh yeah, see what happens. All right, we're making these potatoes. And we're racing against the chicken clock. They're fine. All right, so we're cutting them in half, about that thick, leaving the skin on. Sometimes I don't like to, but the gold ones like these, they're fine. They'll crisp up in the air fryer. So just cutting them in half like that. Get your anger out. All right, we're back. So we're letting this get a little char on the outside. Won't really get a char, but saving the liquid just in case we need it for a sauce. So I'm not sure what I'm doing with it. Finish the potatoes and we're putting them in water. All right, we got our chicken done in here. Our potatoes on water there because it's a little full. That's why I leave it on the sink. For the spinach, we follow what's on here and it's about 5 minutes is what we're gonna do. Because we're gonna put it, even if it doesn't get cooked all the way, we're gonna put it in a pan so it'll get cooked that way. We just wanna thaw it out. So for the potatoes, I scoop them out of here with my hand. I put them on this paper towel, like the amount I think will fill up the air fryer's preheat, and then I'll pour these in there. And then I just do it on the setting that does the French fries. I might spray a little avocado spray on them, just so they can get a little oil on them. Yes?
There's nothing on the other side, it's just a foamy.
Yeah, there's nothing on the other side.
Why?
So, there's one gross one in here. He tried to infect the others, but he didn't. All right, we're using the food processor on Zoodle mode. It's like this fancy little thingamadoodler that goes in here. Are you gonna need more pull-ups?
No.
More diapers?
Yeah.
For bedtime? Cool pajamas, man. All right, sew on these. It's gotta fit so that this thing makes this connection. So, that's small, but just for example. Oh, he's all crooked. It's gotta hit the middle thing so it spins. Stop spinning.
I'm watching you. I'm watching you fall out here.
Try her again.
It's going.
Then, it leaves, this is the only downside to that. But then when it's done, even if it's chopped like this, it's not really as noodly as this one. But like, these go on forever, so you've gotta break these up. But I'm just really going for the vegetables being smaller, and I'm gonna mix it with noodles so that nobody really knows, but you don't know. Just kind of fits with it all. Just fancy, I guess. Fancy. Uh-oh, broken. Fancy but broken. Got it. I can smell them. Oh, nice, crispy. Sweet, going with this load. I might salt these a little bit, toss them around. Pan is heating. This is our Zoodles. Like I said, some are super long and some are nothing. This one's nothing. See, that one's pretty cool. Some are in the middle, but we're gonna put them in here. And then once they're in there, I'll go through and see which ones need to be broken. Dogs are barking because I set down a bottle and they thought it's someone knocking at the door. Oh, there's a long one. The rest look pretty good. Seasoning, we are gonna go in with just gonna go for it with this garlic Parmesan. All right, Bubba. Just gonna get that all up in there. Salt, dry, like sugar, Parmesan. Oh my Lanta. We'll get that in there. Let it go. Smells good. Let's see, about halfway through. That pretty. Nice noodles. So close. We still got gummy bear going in the background. These are coming out. Gonna make the sauce in this pan. Oh, this is just gonna take forever. All right, you can grab the handles. Sometimes they get too hot though. So we're turning this back on. There's gonna be enough liquid. So we did the 3 things of spinach. It's going in. All right, spinach is in. We had whole artichoke. I only had 1 can. I usually have more. I actually chopped these myself and I didn't put them in the thing, the chopper that I usually do. Didn't want to dirty it. All right, we got artichokes, we got spinach. Now, full disclosure, I love this stuff. However, I'm trying to get all this stuff made with soybean oil out of my house, and this is the last one. I know it's delicious, but the first ingredient is water and the second one is soybean oil. So trying to get that out. But with this, so we have the spinach, the artichokes, the Italian dressing, and we're gonna go in and make it creamy with this Greek yogurt. It's gonna be a thick sauce, so if you wanna thin it out, per usual, you could probably drain some of this juice in there. Oh, use your juices, people. If not, you could use the leftover juice that was from the chicken earlier. But then we're gonna cook this up. We're gonna add. You want the water slide one again? Let's taste that one. Water slide is really nice. All right, wow, that actually looks really pretty. This artichokes in here. Oh, wow. That is. I am gonna put a little bit more Greek yogurt in there. I'm just always trying to get a little bit more protein eked out. We're gonna end up putting all that in here anyways. Oh my goodness. Wow. It actually tastes pretty fire, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, I am excited. So now we have a sauce. I don't know, we threw quite a bit. Oh Lord. So what is this? Got 18 grams per 2/3 of a cup. We probably did 2 of those. So in the whole thing, not that you're gonna sit here and just eat the sauce, but we do probably have about 36 grams of protein in here. So that's cool. All right, so we're gonna put these back in here. So that'll be our Zoodles. Now, oh my gosh, doesn't that look scrumptious? Wow, I video this one. This one's awesome. Then you just throw your chicken on top. All right, see, I have manners. I'm going in with another spoon. I actually use a fork for this. Turn that baby down. Oh wow, oh man, that is rich. And I gotta find a way to make my own Olive Garden sauce without that. All right, that's beautiful. Now, I will have to say, sometimes the yogurt, here, I'll show you. The yogurt will start to separate. You can see the chunkers in there. If that bothers you, sorry, but it tastes delicious. So, all right, we are going to package the turkey burger meal. Package, prep, whatever. Zero. All right, so let's see how big these big burgers are that I made. Probably nowhere near what I think. 4, 7.9. Is there another big fatty in here? 8.1. I might just let it rock there. So to keep the liquid, well, that's not gonna work. All right, then we need a couple potatoes. I got our potatoes over here. So potatoes going in. Gonna put the burger over the top, make a barrier so that if there's any juice left. And then these green beans going right in from the can. Don't gotta cook them. The only thing I do is heat them up and then put them back in there anyways. So meal uno, potatoes, turkey burger, green beans, bam. Oh, I did decide to boil some noodles to go with the sauce and spaghetti. Sauce and chicken. All right, so we're going in. We got a cup of noodles and we'll go this way. We'll put that stuff on top so it'll keep everything else moisturized. All right, then we're going in with the 9 ounces of chicken and we wanna get the juices on top. So this is a cup or a little bit more. And then we wanna get some of the extra juices in there so it keeps everything underneath. Beautiful. So when you heat it up, it'll like steam everything that's under it and bring some moisture back to the chicken if it dries out. So there's your other one. We're making a tzatziki dressing. Normally when you make a tzatziki, you want it thick and creamy and you're scooping it with naan and eating it on stuff. For this, since I'm using it as a dressing, I'm not gonna squeeze all of the water out of the cucumber. So normally you grate the cucumber, then you squeeze the water out, and then you put all the other stuff in, but I want the cucumber waterness to make it a lot thinner so that I can use it as a dressing. I have a super fine grater. I don't have a different one. I don't really mind though because I like how small this grates it. It gets it pretty tiny. Show you when I'm done. All right, almost done with the cucumber. When you get down to it, oh gosh, he's calling. Almost done with the cucumbers. I just used one big cucumber. Usually you use half of whatever the amount of yogurt. So if you're using a cup of yogurt, I'd use that. Oh my gosh, is my dog actually catching a bird?
What happened?
Nothing. I don't know, I thought maybe she caught a bird. I might have to see what she's doing out there. So on the cucumber, when you are grating it, when you get down to the last little bit, just toss it. Don't risk shredding your finger with it. It's not worth it. It's a great shoulder workout. All right, so do it until you have enough or until you're tired of grating cucumber. So here's how liquidy it is. So if you were using it for a dip, you would squeeze the water out of it. I want the cucumber water in there for the flavor. Putting her head in the tree. She's goofy. So the cucumber, there's probably like 3/4 of a cup, maybe a cup. It's a lot of garlic. It's supposed to be grated garlic. I'm gonna mix everything but the yogurt in first. Then a tablespoon of dill.
Mama.
What? In a second.
No,
I'm almost done with that. Why, you wanna taste it?
yeah.
I don't wanna taste it like that.
What is it?
I'm making a tzatziki dressing. Can you say tzatziki? I think it's good.
I want it.
You're supposed to use a tablespoon of fresh squeezed lemon, I don't have lemons currently, so I am using real lemon, totally real. So, got your cucumber, your lemon juice, need a little bit of oil. Half a tablespoon. A wheelie on a motorcycle. And then stir it around. Oh, dude. You don't have to spin in there. All right, now we're going in with the yogurt. I do this last to see how much yogurt to use for the dressing consistency I want. So I get everything else in there first. And then pray that there's not too much cucumber water.
Mommy, I did it.
Ooh, you got it on there, Spider-Man. Well, this is the last part, my man.
What is that?
It's, here, stick your finger in there. No, we don't drink it. Doesn't it look like you could drink it? It's really watery, so we gotta keep adding yogurt to thicken it up a little bit. Don't drink that. Sheila wants to come inside. You can let her inside. You open the door? He's on his way home.
Almost here. When is he here? It's 7?
I would say in 10 minutes. All right, so this is like anything else. The longer it sits, the better it's gonna get. This is the consistency I want it for the salad. So we are good to go.
I
don't think you're supposed to be up there, are you? Put something in a random place. Not get up there. Dressing storage. It's mixed. And it might not even fit in my fancy funnel. Oh, talk about splattering. Oh my gosh. And then the dill gets all stuck to the side of this thing. So I like to store it in this thing because keeping this whole bowl in the fridge, especially as it gets lower and lower, it just takes up too much space in there for our house. If you got another fridge, second fridge, cool. We only have the one. Shout out to my mother-in-law for getting me this fancy thing. She got me this lid, pretty awesome. And shout out to Carol for getting me this grater. I didn't have one. I mentioned it and she got it for me. So, tzatziki dressing, beautiful.